They're not evaluating your competence. They're evaluating the risk of sending someone to you. Okay, I hope this is making sense. And the moment that you understand this, your whole strategy changes because you stop trying to impress people and you start making them feel safe. I'm Sylvia Garibaldi, founder and CEO of a well-established marketing training and done-for-you services company, tailored specifically for the modern legal and financial professional worldwide. While it's taken some trial and error to figure out which methods get the best results for professionals who are looking to grow their practices, fast forward to today, my team and I have nailed down and perfected a process that has helped so many of our clients consistently achieve outstanding results and create a legacy for their practices. I created the Serve First, Sell Later marketing podcast to give you simple, actionable, non-salesy, and results-driven marketing to grow your legal or financial practice like so many of our clients have. If you're a lawyer, mediator, financial, or divorce professional who is looking to become highly visible and wants to create a practice that makes an impact, then you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 102 of the Serve First, Sell Later marketing podcast. I'm your host, Sylvia Garibaldi. What if the biggest reason you're not getting more referrals has nothing to do with your skill, your credentials, or even how much experience you may have, and everything to do with something your referral partners will never say out loud? So here it is, the truth very few professionals ever talk about. Referrals are not about expertise. Referrals are about trust transfer. So when someone refers to you, whether it's another referral partner such as a lawyer, maybe a CDFA, a workplace mediator, an HR executive, they're not just sending you a client. They are sending you a piece of their reputation. And deep down, what they're really asking themselves is this: if I send my client to you, will you make me look good? And that's the entire game. And once you understand this, everything starts to click. It explains why some professionals get referrals consistently, why others get great meeting, great conversation, and then silence. Why no amount of networking solves the real problem, why posting more doesn't necessarily lead to introductions, and why being amazing or absolutely fantastic at what you do is not enough. So, in today's episode, we're going to go really deep to talk about what really matters. We are going to talk about what creates trust with referral partners, why some people never send referrals, even if they like you, how to become the person partners absolutely love referring to, and the tiny things that you do or that you don't do that either builds that trust or quietly breaks it. So I'm going to be talking about lots of things in this episode that maybe a lot of people don't say out loud. So bear with me because we have a lot to cover off. And by the end of this episode, you're going to walk away with a real good awareness of what referral partners truly evaluate, a clear checklist to become someone that they feel safe referring to, because we all want that, simple shifts that you can make this week to accelerate your referral flow, and really a new understanding of how referrals really work in the industry, and so much more. So let's dive in. All right, so why don't you have enough referral partners? And this is going to be a truth that I think no one really says out loud. So here's something I want you to hear. You can be excellent at your work, and you most likely are, and still have very few referrals. So let that sink in for a moment. You can have compassion, you can have empathy, legal experience, mediation certifications, conflict resolution training, all those things, and still struggle to build steady referral relationships. It's not because people don't like you, and it's not because you're doing something wrong, and it's definitely not because you're not good enough. So I want to be very clear about that. It's because in the referral world, skill is always assumed. They assume you have the skill. That is the bare minimum. That's the baseline. So if referrals aren't about skill, then what are they about? I have to say that there are a couple of words that can sum this up, and that is perceived safety. So what do I mean by that? Well, referral partners really need to feel like this person isn't going to embarrass me, or this person won't confuse my client. They'll be very clear, and my client will walk away with a clear action plan. Or this person is not going to contradict my advice, and that's a big one. Or this person won't create more work for me, or this person won't make me look like I exercised poor judgment. Okay, see where I'm going with this? Because the second a referral backfires, the relationship is damaged. Pure and simple, right? That's why people hesitate. They're not evaluating your competence, they're evaluating the risk of sending someone to you. Okay, I hope this is making sense. And the moment that you understand this, your whole strategy changes because you stop trying to impress people and you start making them feel safe. So, what do referral partners really evaluate? What are they evaluating silently? And I think you may be surprised by some of this. So, I want to pull back the curtain even further. Your referral partners are looking at things that you might think are tiny, but these are the signals that determine whether they trust you enough to actually send someone your way. So let's talk about these signals. And so here's what they're noticing. One signal is your response time. So, what do I mean by this? Do you get back to people within 24 to 48 hours? Because referral partners panic when their clients say, "Oh, I reached out to so and so, but haven't heard back." This reflects on them, the referral partner, not you. So it's going to be important to respect your response time. The second signal is your communication style. Do you communicate clearly and compassionately? Do you sound cold, maybe unclear, too technical? All of these different ways of communication can create doubt, and you want to minimize the amount of doubt that goes into your communication. So it's going to be important to make sure that you are communicating clearly and succinctly so that people understand what it is that you're trying to help them achieve. The third signal is your online presence, your marketing. So they check out things like your social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X. They look at your website, they look at your about section, your content. What does your social media say? They're even analyzing or looking at your photo, and they're scanning for one thing. Does this represent someone that I feel proud enough to attach my name to? This is what a referral partner is thinking because they are looking at your online presence. So it's going to be absolutely important to make sure that that is up to par. The fourth signal is how you follow up. Do you close the loop? Do you send an outline or a confirmation about what was discussed? Do you let them know that you're going to take care of their client? Do you acknowledge the introduction? Say, thank you so much for the introduction, respond right away, and then let the referral partner know of the next steps. Do you express gratitude, right? That's important. Or does this follow up just go into the void, right? Does it disappear into the void? The other signal that referral partners are looking for is how their clients feel after meeting you. Okay. So, not what they think, but how they feel. And there's a distinction there. So, clients report back, and whatever they report back, it becomes the truth. This is why some professionals get referral after referral after referral because their clients come back saying, "Wow, this person that you referred to me, that was so helpful. I felt calmer. I feel like I can move forward." And so when this happens, this process happens, the referral partner thinks, "Oh, fantastic. I made a great recommendation and I'll definitely send more people." So referrals are really built on these moments, not necessarily on tactics or networking events, and definitely not handing out business cards, because every referral relationship you have or don't have is built in these micro moments. All right, let's talk about your referral partner's biggest fear. So let's say the quiet part out loud because this is probably the number one fear referral partners have. And that is if I refer to you and it goes badly, it doesn't reflect well on me. Okay, think about that for a moment because They're worried about their credibility, their client relationship, their professional reputation, and whether the client will trust them afterward. So when you get a referral, it has far more to do with how well you reduce this fear than your degrees, your certification, your skill, your experience. So, this is why you see highly talented people with no referrals, or maybe moderately skilled professionals with full pipelines. Maybe you'll even find newer professionals getting more introductions than seasoned professionals because it's not skill, it's perceived safety. And so when a referral partner thinks, if I send them someone, I know exactly what will happen. They're going to be taken care of, they're communicated with, they're supported, they're given clarity. And so you then become their go to. And that's exactly what you want, right? This is the whole point of building referral partners. So now I want to talk about the most powerful and probably misunderstood part of building referral relationships. And that is that your job is to make your referral partners look good in the eyes of their clients. That really is the secret formula, right? If you can help them look good, they're going to send you more clients and they're going to send you more clients consistently. So let me walk you through how this could play out. So I want to start with an example number one. A therapist sends you a divorcing client, and the divorcing client is nervous. They're feeling overwhelmed. They're tired. They're emotional. And they come back to the therapist after having met with you and they say, wow, thank you for connecting me with this person or this professional. I feel so much calmer. I feel more in control. And I do feel like I finally have a plan. So, guess what? You just made that therapist look like a hero. And you know what's going to happen next? This therapist is going to continue to send you more clients. Okay, let me share another scenario with you. A certified divorce financial analyst is worried about sending someone because some lawyers and mediators and arbitrators, they tend to overwhelm their clients with way too much information. So their client meets you and says, they explain things in a way that totally made sense. I didn't feel rushed and I didn't feel judged. And I actually am starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So that CDFA is going to refer you consistently because you made them look perceptive, wise, and connected. So let me share another quick example with you. A lawyer sends you a client who's been high conflict or stuck. And so after meeting with you, the client says, I feel like I can finally move forward. And I can honestly say this is probably the first productive conversation I've had in months. So these are the types of things that referral partners are waiting to listen for. Okay. If you've listened to these three examples, you're going to notice something. The client is talking about you, but the referral partner hears validation about themselves. Okay. Let me repeat that again. The client is talking about you, but the referral partner hears validation about themselves. And that's the psychology. And so when you master this, you're going to start to see some real changes in your practice. So let's shift gears for a moment and talk about visibility. Because visibility is not just about posting daily. It's not about putting some fancy videos on or waiting for something to go viral. Visibility is really about one key thing, and that is reassuring your referral partners that you're credible, that you're active, and you're trustworthy. So I want you to think of your online presence as your digital reputation. So referral partners are looking at a myriad of things. They're looking at your social media. They're looking at your headline, your about section, your website bio, your featured section. Why? Because they want to know what their client will see. If your presence looks outdated or confusing, the referral partner is going to hesitate. And I think that makes total sense, right? They want to send to someone who has things that are updated, that look professional. And so this is why your online presence is so important. And don't forget that your referral partner will be Googling you. That is probably a sure thing. So you need to ensure that you're online and that you have curated content that makes you look professional. Maybe you've spoken on a podcast or you've been a guest. Maybe you've been published. So really, really important. If your presence is clear, it's warm and credible, the referral partner is going to feel confident. And the visibility really reduces that risk. And when we're reducing that risk, it's going to increase referrals. Okay, so here are some reasons that professionals don't grow their referral network. And I'm going to share a couple of them here with you. So the first is that they're not clear in their messaging. If referral partners cannot explain what you do in a couple of sentences, they're not going to refer. So it's going to be really, really important to nail down your messaging. The second thing is they don't stay top of mind. So if you disappear for months, people forget you exist, not intentionally, because people are all busy. Another reason why professionals don't grow the referral network is because they don't make it easy. So they don't have a clear process. They have no simple next step, no link to share, no framework. Maybe they don't have an ongoing webinar or workshop that they offer. Their social media is not consistent. They don't have a lot of curated content online. And when this happens, referral partners won't refer if it takes too much energy to do that. So I want you to look at your online visibility right now and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate yourself? Are you closer to 10? Are you in the middle? Are you not even close to 5? Right? So these are things that you need to think about and get honest with yourself about what is it that you need to do next. And so if this is you, and you're stuck and you're thinking about 2026 and you need some help trying to figure this out, please book a free strategy call with me and we will help you figure out what you need to do next and really assess where you are today. You can find a link for that in the show notes. And so the other assumption people make is that referrals come from networking. But networking without consistency leads nowhere. And that's the reality that many people don't think about. When you are considering networking, you need to look for consistency. Where are you going to network on an ongoing basis? Are you going to be building a relationship with these professionals? And that's going to be important. Where do you find them? These are all things that you need to think about when you're going down your networking path. So here's the thing. You might expect referrals without maintaining the connection. And it just doesn't work that way. It takes work to actually build these relationships. And so you need to nurture. You need to stay top of mind. So that's going to be really, really important. Another big one is, you might not understand referral psychology. So what do I mean by this? And this can be sometimes one of the bigger issues is that referrals are not necessarily logical. They can be emotional. And once you learn how referral partners behave, you can actually serve them better and get better results. I hope that's making sense. All right, so let's talk about how to become the professional that people love to refer, right? And I want to do a deeper dive into this. So I want to get a bit practical here and clarify what needs to happen step by step. So let's divide this into steps. So step 1 is clarifying your message. So referral partners need a mental shortcut. For example, she helps families reduce conflict, or he makes divorce manageable. She's amazing with high conflict parents because of XYZ, or he simplifies financial conversations in ways that you will really just get instantly. Okay, so give them a couple of sentences, not just one. And you don't need to give your referral partner your whole story, but you do need to give them something that they can actually talk about. And it's simple, and there's clarity in that message. Step number 2 is you really need to make it easy to refer you. So have a simple process. A referral partner should be able to introduce you in less than 10 seconds, right? Have a clear next step, a clean landing page, maybe a simple consultation link, a 1-sentence description of who you help. Make it seamless. Make it easy for your referral partners. Send them a 1-pager on what you do, who you serve, what your ideal clients look like, what they experience. What are some of the signs or signals that your referral partner should look for when making an introduction to you or sending a referral your way? Step number 3 is staying in circulation and having, some kind of weekly habit. So for example, maybe you commit to 15 minutes a week. And what you do is you think about who can I comment on this week? Maybe a colleague's post and say something thoughtful about it. or share one insight or a resource once a week. That's it. Pretty short, simple, 2 sentences. You could send a DM to reconnect with a referral partner and say something like, hey, you popped into my mind. How are things going? And that's it. Those are 3 simple things that you can do in a 15-minute weekly habit, for example. You take 15 minutes and you do this each week. 3 steps: comment on one colleague's post, share one insight or resource once a week, and send one DM to reconnect. So think about that. If you were to even send one DM a week to reconnect, that's 4 possible reconnections in 1 month. If you're feeling a little bit more energetic, send more than one DM a week, right? But for now, keep it simple. That's 4 reconnections that you can have in a month just by sending it once a week. So, I mean, it's kind of challenging to tell me you don't have time to do that, right? Because that's a pretty simple step to take. And it should be one that all of us can easily do after listening to this episode. All right, step number 4 is to deliver an experience that clients rave about. So your client's experience affects referrals more than your expertise ever will. You need to think about things like, do you create calm? Is there clarity? Are you providing simplicity? Are you empathetic? Is there good communication and follow-up? Are there reasonable expectations? And are you managing any kind of emotional overwhelm? Because when a client feels supported, the referral partner becomes loyal for life. And so I think that's really, really important to think about how to do that. Step number 5 is to close the loop. This is the most underutilized practice. When someone sends you a referral, say, thank you very much. I'm going to take excellent care of them. You don't need to share all the details, but you do need to close the loop. And if you want to take it a step further, once that meeting takes place, send a follow-up to the referral partner and let them know how it went, right? It keeps them in the loop. That's going to make them think, wow, okay, this person, this professional is really great at sending me an update as to what happened. And so guess what? That just triggers even more referrals because this referral partner is going to like these updates versus maybe another person that they referred to that doesn't even acknowledge their email, right? Let alone send a follow-up. So super, super important. Close that loop. Step number 6 is build your referral ecosystem. So referrals aren't a one and done activity. It's an ecosystem. So you need to build it through consistent activity. What does that look like? Maybe it's a monthly webinar. Maybe it's collaborations, podcast conversations, direct messaging outreach, strategic introduction chains, right? So I can't tell you how many introductions I make in my business to people that I think are going to be a good referral partner. So really create a cadence around that. Maybe it's community events, high value posts, speaking opportunities, being generous with these introductions. And so when you do this, your ecosystem becomes your pipeline. And that's pretty exciting when you can get to that stage. Okay, so let me tell you what professionals experience when you actually start doing this. Essentially, what happens when you implement this? And so referral partners are going to reach out to you more often because they're going to basically think, wow, this client made me think of you, and this is why I'm sending you another referral. So introductions feel warmer, right? They already know who you are, and that's important. Clients will come pre-sold, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to convert, but there's a higher probability that they will. So you may hear a referral partner saying, hey, I've been following your posts and I feel like I really know your work and I'm happy to refer this potential client to you who I think needs your assistance. So referral partners start defending you. This is another really good one. When you know that your referral partners are saying to potential clients, hey, trust me, this person, you're going to be in really good hands with this professional. And that's the nice feeling to have, is when your referral partners are defending you and saying that about you. And opportunities appear that you didn't ask for. So this is when things really start rolling along much faster. You get speaking invitations, there's collaborations, there's panel discussions, there's joint webinars. And all of these things demonstrate the power of perceived safety, because when you become the professional who makes someone look good, you're actually becoming the professional that everyone sends business to. So here's the one thing I hope you take away. Referrals are definitely not random, and they are not luck, believe it or not. Referrals are not something that you can actually hope for. They have to be earned, and you have to have a process, and you need to engage in this process day after day. And with consistency, with care, and the experience that you create, you don't have to be the loudest one in the room, and you don't have to be flashier, and you don't have to be everywhere. You just have to be clear, trustworthy, professional. They want you to be consistent, and that will make them feel safe to want to refer to you. So, when you make your referral partners look good, your business really becomes unstoppable. So, if you're listening and thinking, okay, I want more referral partners like this, Sylvia, but I need a system for this is exactly what we help our clients do at SG and Associates. So, we will help you create a clear message, a visible and credible online presence, a referral ecosystem, a simple outreach plan, and a consistency framework that fits your real life. So, if you're ready to build a practice with steady referrals and predictable growth, then please book a free strategy call with me. The link can be found in the show notes. And if we're not connected on LinkedIn, please send me a DM. I'd love to be connected with you there because I always love hearing which part of the episode stood out for you and what you want to implement first. So please remember that your referral partners are not looking for perfection. They're looking for certainty. Be the professional who makes them look good, and the referrals will follow. Thank you for tuning in today. See you in the next episode.